Hey everybody, Kerzac here again to bring you another review from my backyard, and today we have the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide. Now, if you know anything about Ironhide, it's been a little all over the place to get a figure in the Chug Classics Generation style. We did have the one all the way back in Universe 2.0, I believe, and that one transformed into like an SUV minivan type of thing, and it looked like a complete mess in vehicle mode. It had weird Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style feet. It was not that great. Then we also got one in Combiner Wars, and that one was also okay. It's kind of a younger Ironhide, didn't really look much like Ironhide, that kind of stuff. So finally we do have a classic style Ironhide that looks, well, like Ironhide. Granted, he's a Cybertronian vehicle, but that may change soon, as they have recently announced an Earthrise 2-pack with him and Prowl, and it's basically going to be using the same mold, just in a more Earth style vehicle, with parts forming, because of course there's good parts forming. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that figure, we're here to talk about this figure. And he is a pretty good size, you know, he's deluxe size. Here he's next to a can of Sprite to see how big he is. You can see about, vehicle mode is about a little less than half the size of the can of Sprite. And the vehicle mode itself looks pretty good. It's kind of this Cybertronian style military vehicle. You can see the windshield on the front where you can see his head right through there. It's got an Autobot symbol right there. On the front he has these little silver headlights that are actually painted, or no, they're white. They're painted white. And he also has these kind of ports which you can actually plug stuff into. I don't have any weapons on hand to plug into them, but, well, I guess I have this one over here. You take, say, like, Soundwave's gun right here, you can peg it into the front like that. Or, you know, he has his own weapon which you can peg like that, but it makes no sense. But we'll get to that weapon in a minute. He also has ports, 4 ports along the top here, and he's got 2 ports along the back where his feet are. And it's all alright, you know. Oh, one of the neat things is that the inside of the windshield's actually painted in silver. You can see all that in there. We do have some gold paint right here, which is kind of to represent his yellow paint from G1. He's got some silver right here along the top. And that's about it for paint. You also have this weathering effect on the back, which is more meant for robot mode, but you can see it here as well. And yeah, that's about it for paint. There's not too much in this mode. He does roll fairly well. Doesn't fall off the table. Wheels do have some detail, but I do wish they had some more paint on them. That would have been nice. But yeah, overall, pretty nice little vehicle mode. So transformation is actually pretty simple. You're going to just start at the back here. You're going to take these panels right here and just pop them open like that. And then also these panels that are right behind the front wheel are going to pop open like so. Like that. You kind of get them all opened up. You're going to bring this part down, which will form the legs. Go ahead and separate them. Once they're separated, you can actually fold in these parts that have the silver stripes on them like that to form the legs. These parts on the hinges just come down like that, and they do have a tab that pegs them in like this so. Unfortunately, it does hide away all the gold paint there, but you know, what can you do about it? Also, these parts are really easy to pop off, especially on mine. Mine, they just barely hold on, as you can see. Like, I can't get them back on because they actually pop back off so easily. Like, you can see just a finger tap pops right off. Now, that might just be mine. I haven't heard the same issue as too many others, but it is something to look out for. You're going to come to the front here, and there's parts where you can have the stuff there, pop down. Then you can flip this all the way around, bring it back up. Then up here, these are going to pop in half to form the arms. This will then peg back in, bring the arms down, flip up the chest, and pop out the head we've seen since the start. Now I'll tab in, get them all straightened up. And there we have Ironhide in his robot mode. Now, one thing I did forget to mention was his weapon. I mentioned it very briefly, but I didn't actually talk about it in his vehicle mode. It is this kind of bazooka-looking rocket launcher weapon, and it could have pegged anywhere on those 4 peg holes you have in vehicle mode, all that kind of stuff. It also does transform into his hammer. So just to show you how that would have worked, you know, it was the top of the vehicle mode. You could have just pegged it on there like that, ba bing, ba boom. And of course, in robot mode, you can have him hold it like that, like a rocket launcher, and then it does flip around to this hammer mode. You can have him hold it like that, like he's carrying it almost, or you can have him grab by the bottom as if he's going for a really big, heavy swing, as you can see. So there's all kinds of things you can do with that there, but for now we'll go ahead and just set that to the side. And Ironhide himself looks pretty dang good. This is finally a very nice Generations classic style Ironhide for the chug collectors out there. And getting a good zoom in on the face there, let's see what we can do. Yep, silver painted for the face, some nice little bit of blue for the eyes. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. Let's focus. Focus. I don't think it's going to focus, unfortunately. But like I said, silver for the face and blue for the eyes. Paint up here, this whole windshield is actually painted because it's actually all clear plastic. There's still silver on the inside for the chest. You can see it shines really nicely in the sunlight. It actually looks really neat. Woo! Oh, probably just blinded y'all there. No other paint really has been uncovered other than the face, really, so nothing too much to show there. Oh, there's a little bit of red right there on his groin, so there's that. And as I mentioned, there's the weather effect on his feet and on his, I guess his ankles, because he's been stomping through something. He's still got silver there. Unfortunately, the gold has been hidden away, so there's none of that gold or yellow left over in this mode. And just like a little hint of it from where the panel sticks out a little bit. Oh yeah, now these panels are folded down. There is another peg hole where you can peg on a weapon like that. Or if you have one of the weaponizers, you know, you can peg on pieces there to give them extra weapons. For size comparison, Sprite Can once again. You can see he's actually taller than Sprite Can now, just a little bit. Even his shoulders are past the Sprite Can, so pretty tall figure. And let's bring in Siege Soundwave. Get him stand side by side. You can see, yep, the Voyager is a little bit taller, although not by much. Just by a little bit. Ooh, let's get that refocused back onto him, not my shed over there. Alright. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Articulation's also really good. Siege definitely stepped up the articulation. We do get a ball joint at the head, so you can look all around. You can look up and look down slightly, just very slightly. Shoulders do get full rotation. They can go outward. You can't really use this joint because it's clicked in by the backpack. You do get a swivel there. You do get just slightly over 90-degree elbow. You do get a wrist swivel, which is pretty nice, because for a while those are pretty rare. We do get the waist swivel. Universal hips, so you can go forward and back and go outward. You get a swivel there. Just over 90-degree hips. You get ankle articulation. You know, it doesn't go forward and backward any, but it does go outward like that. So you can get him in a wider stance if you so wish, kind of like something like that going. Some kind of bow ready stance, or maybe he's dealing with an earthquake and trying to keep himself stable. Whatever you wish from that. So really good articulation, especially compared to the Deluxes of the past. Siege really has stepped up with the paint application and the articulation. Especially if you get the accessories involved. You can get like some kind of... I am awful at posing, I'm going to say that now, so... But you can get some kind of something going. So yeah, I don't do good with posing, but you get what I mean. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with him here. And he fits really well into your chug collection. You know, if you don't really want to get the Earthrise one, if you're perfectly fine with him being Cybertronian. Oh yeah, he does have a peg hole in his back. You can peg that into and have his weapon stored away there. You can have it kind of over his shoulder, and you can kind of get a look like he's going to grab it off his back, almost, kind of like that. So that's pretty neat. And there's also these peg holes up here that were from the vehicle mode, which you can still peg stuff into if you want to give him like a shoulder-mounted weapon. Yeah, you might just leave it like that for the rest of the review. So yeah, he's a pretty neat little figure. Like I said, Siege really stepped up the paint application, the articulation of the figures, the transformation's pretty fun for Ironhide. He was repainted in 2 other figures, or remolded a little bit. He was remade for Crosshairs, and he was remade for Ratchet, who was a Walgreens exclusive. I actually have him too, I just have him boxed away somewhere right now, so I'm probably going to wait a little bit to do a review of him because I don't really like doing figures that are exactly the same back-to-back for reviews. But no, like I said, he's pretty good, and even if you don't really like the Cybertronian mode, you might want to just wait for the Amazon exclusive Earthrise version that'll come with Prowl. And if he looks pretty good to you, good luck finding. He might be going cheaper now, because for a while now, he has been really expensive. He's been between the $30 and $40 range, because there was only like a one of in a box of 4 figures. So he has been kind of rare, he has been kind of hard to get and expensive, but hopefully with the Earthrise release, either you can get that version for $40 with Prowl, or you can just find this one for cheaper, hopefully, now that Earthrise is coming along. I'm sure some people are going to get rid of their Siege Ironhide now. Because like I said, he was a wanted figure, because there was not many good choices for a Generation style Ironhide. But now he's kind of the go-to, and now we're going to have an Earthrise version too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. This has been Kerzac, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.